Dear learners, I hope all of you are fine. I am also fine with the grace of Almighty Lord. Dear learners, I hope always you are staying at home. Please don't go out because of your safety. And if you open any electric media or if you read any print media, you can see the situation of COVID-19. Please, dear learners, stay always home and follow the rules of health. And if you have any emergency task to go out, please wear mask in a proper way and follow the rules of health and wash your hand in particular intervals. Dear learners, in the last sessions I taught you speech, how to change direct into indirect speech. I hope you have understood it clearly. Today I am going to teach you how to change simple to complex and complex to compound, and complex into simple. And I hope if you be careful, if you listen my class carefully, you can enjoy it and you can solve. Dear learners, you can see that on the on the board. I made already 3 columns. In the first column is simple, second column is complex, and third column is compound. Dear learners, if you have here in complex though or although, in compound you will have to use here part instead of though although. In simple you will have to write here in spite of or despite. So now I am going to give you an example. Though he was poor, he was honest. Dear learners, you can see here 2 clauses. The first one is called subordinate clause and second one is principal clause here. And now I will show you how you can change it into simple. Instead of though or although, you will have to write here in spite of or despite. In spite of, then as there is 2 subject or same, so in spite of you can write in spite of being poor, then you will put comma, he was honest. Or you can write here in spite of his poverty. I will change it into noun. In spite of his poverty, he was rich. Sorry, he was honest. Dear learners, I hope it is clear to you. You can follow this one of this rule. I have given here already 3 rules, 2 rules. I hope it will be clear to you if you practice this. And then at the time of changing compound, you can write here He was poor, but as the verb and the verb, subject, and verb are same, so you can omit them. He was poor but honest. Dear learners, I hope it is clear to you. I will make you understand. I hope it is possible for you to understand it. Now I'll give you another example how to change it. Dear learner, you can say that despite having all qualification, he did not get the job. Dear learners, despite having all qualifications, he did not get the job. So you can use as there is in spite of or despite in simple sentence, you will have to use though or although in complex. Though, as there is no subject, so subject are same. He had, if this is past tense, so you will have to use the past form of have. Yes, though he had all qualifications, he did not get the job. The learners, you can say, despite having all qualifications, he did not get the job. Though he had all qualifications, he did not get the job. In compound sentence, you will have to write here, he had. Qualifications, but did not get the job. Dear learners, I hope it is clear here. You can see in complex sentence, simple that despite having all qualifications, he did not get the job. In compound complex, though he had all qualifications, he did not get the job. And he had all qualification in complex compound sentence, he had all qualifications but did not get the job. Dear learners, I hope it is clear to you. And I'm going to give you another example. And I will write this in compound and I will change it into simple and complex. You are sick, but strong. You can see here that you are sick but strong. So I will teach you how to change it into complex. At the time you can write here, he was strong, though he was sick. I will written it at the beginning of the sentence in this principal clause. For this reason, I did not put here comma. So I written here though and then subordinate clause. You can see if you write this principal clause in the beginning of the sentence in complex, then you will not have to use comma. So I can write here, in spite of being sick, he was strong. Dear learners, you can see in the board that he was sick but strong in compound sentence. Dear learners, you can see that he was sick but strong in compound sentence. So at the time of changing into complex, I have to use here, he was strong in the beginning of the sentence. This, if you write the principal clause in the beginning of the sentence, then you will have to not put here comma. Then you will have to write the subordinate clause, because in complex sentence, you know that there are two clauses in complex sentence. So this is the principal clause and another is subordinate clause. So if you write the subordinate clause in the ending of the sentence, you will not put here comma. Then either at the time of changing to simple sentence, you will have to write in spite of being. There is be verb, so you will have to write here being, and then sick, then comma, and then you will have to write here the principal clause. He was strong. So in spite of being sick, he was strong is the complex sentence. I'm going to repeat it. Dear learners, I hope if you practice this and follow these examples, it will be easy for you to learn. You can see a simple, complex, and compound. I have made here 3 columns. In first column is simple, second column is complex, and third column is compound. If you have in spite of or despite in simple sentence, you will have to use your though or although in complex sentence, and you will have to use your but in compound sentence. So though he was poor, he was honest in complex. So you will have to use here in spite of being poor, he was honest. Though if you have though, then you will have to use here in spite of, as there is subjects are same, so you can omit the subject. So I have written here the ing with the present be verbs. Here this was, so it's be verb. So I have written here being, then poor. So in spite of being poor, then you will have to write the principal clause. He was honest. He was honest. In compound sentence, there are subject and verbs are same, so you can omit the last subject and verbs. So you will have to use but to connect the two clauses. He was poor but honest. He was poor, then you can omit what he was. Then you will have to use here but, then adjective. Dear learners, you can see here in this clause, though he had all qualifications in complex sentence, this is subordinate clause, and he did not get the job is principal clause. So you will have to change the subordinate clause. Instead of though, you will have to write here in spite of or despite, then ing with the verb, as their subject are same. So you can omit the first subject. So I have written here the present form of head is have. So having all qualifications, then you have to write the principal clause. Principal clause is he did not get the job. He did not get the job. So the sentence is now despite having all qualifications, he did not get the job. In compound sentence, you can see that he had all qualifications, but he did not get the job. I have written use here but it's important to use here in compound sentence if you have though or although in complex, and despite or in spite of in simple sentence. Dear learners, in the next sentence, you can see here that he was strong though he was sick. I have written here the subordinate clause in the ending of the sentence. If you write the ending of the subordinate clause ending of the sentence, you don't use here comma. And like this, so he was strong though he was sick. In, in spite of being sick, he was strong. I have written here in spite of, then there is being be verb, so I have written here being, then strong, sorry, this sick, and then he was strong. This purpose will be said. And then he was sick but strong. I will read here, and but is used in compound sentence. If you have those complex, dear learners, I hope it is easy to you, and you will practice this. Dear learners, I hope all of you have understood these rules, and I will try to give you another rules in the next class sessions. And if you practice this every day, I hope that you will get good marks in transformations. And if you face any problems, please send me message, and I will try to give you solutions. This is my earnest request to you. Don't go out in these situations because of this COVID-19. I hope always you take care of your health and advise others or request others to take care of their health and be aware of COVID-19. Bye.